All right, hopefully, let me test my audio real quick. Yo yourself. Let's see if it sounds better when I turn this on. Testing. This is how it's on when it's on, and now I'm turning it off. I like hear zero difference at all. How is you guys? How was your guys' weekend? Is what I want to know. Oh, I see. Now I know why it sounds so different. Okay, let's click that and see what happens. All right, testing, blah 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 blah. I went to car shows and then I worked today. That's so weird. I'm getting like a notification that's saying like my microphone is unmuted, but there's no signal. But I clearly hear myself in the stream because I have the audio on. Nothing interesting. But it's as they say sometimes where they say no good news is good news. Now my voice, I feel like it's quiet all of a sudden. Oh, I got it. I got like some new audio connectors, so I'm just trying to make sure everything's working. But I think it's working. I mean, obviously you guys can hear me, so... The original plan was to play this game like all day, like yesterday until like start to finish, like start super early in the morning. But that never happened. Oh, it seems like ads are about to start. Hi, Keko. What are you doing here on your own? I was thinking, is it okay for me to carry on like this? Even Shoma found the courage to change for the better. I wish I could be more like the rest of you. Fight and protect the people I love.
Huh?
Are you sure you're alright?
Oh.
I don't know if she is. Kako walked away, heading for the war room with a profoundly thoughtful expression on her face. One day I'm gonna learn the layout of this whole building. Part of the problem is probably the fact that I don't consistently play. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Yes, indeed. As the dull-eyed simpletons with no refinement, no social standing, and no future, all have gathered together in one place. There's an unwritten book. I can still make something of myself. Anyway, let's cut right to the chase. We called you all here to talk about the world death. You said before that it was what caused the war between us and the invaders. What was it exactly? I'll tell you everything that Nigo told us. It's a long story, but bear with us, okay? That's your cue, Kiyoshika.
Huh?
What? Me? But I haven't prepared anything. You're in charge of explanations. It's what you're good at. Explanations and exhibitionism. You're a double threat. I am not taking my clothes off. Whoa. Yes. Don't worry, I'll take the lead here. The answer is no, you should not take your clothes off. I don't want that of you, Nintendo. What? I'm gonna go get some water and get something to drink real quick. Oh, BRB, friends. Okay, I'm back. Before I start, there's some terminology we need to get straight. Back in the Tokyo Residential Complex, did you ever hear about something called Planet Earth? What the fuck do they mean? Have you ever heard of Planet Earth? Isn't that where all of us live? Bro, what the hell kind of game is this? Planet Earth? I've heard of it, sure, but I can't say I know very much about it, though. Same here. From what I read in the library books back home, it's where humanity used to live, right? They mention it in old manga sometimes, too. It's supposed to be really huge, like hundreds of times bigger than the complex. I think that's all about any of us know. They kind of skimmed over the subject in school. Why would they skim over that? It seems like a very important freaking thing. Humanity once lived all over planet Earth. The population was in the billions. And they didn't live under a giant ceiling either. They had an open sky, just like the one out here. But billions? That many? Yeah, we literally have like 5 billion people. Or I think it's... I don't remember what the number is at now. I think it's more close to like maybe 6 billion people on the planet. I don't know. But then, a phenomenon that came to be known as world death changed everything. What was it? Climate change? It was no longer able to support the life like it once had, and the population began to decline rapidly. Bro, I hate that dystopian type of thing. I think about that sometimes. To combat this, giant underground shelters were constructed to house the survivors before humanity died out completely. Underground shelters? You mean... Yeah, that's the place where we grew up really is. The Tokyo residential complex is a colossal shelter hidden deep beneath the Earth's surface. A shelter? This whole thing? All this happened a long time ago, so even Ego wasn't sure how accurate this information is anymore. But so far, as we know, our community in the Tokyo residential complex is the last of humanity, and has been for hundreds of years now. Wow, we're really getting a history lesson today, huh? I never even knew there was a time before the TRC. Huh. World death. Death is what forced everyone down here? Just what kind of phenomenon is this?
How do we have food and shit? That's what I want to know. Like, I feel like, don't we like need the sun? I feel like that's even more unlikely.
Essentially, the planet began killing itself.
It did what?
According to Ego, the Earth has a life of its own. And while it's not quite like ours, it has its own will too. When the planet decided to end its life, this is fucking dark. Numerous natural disasters started occurring all around the world. That was world death. The planet tried to kill itself. It can do that? But what drove the Earth to do that to itself? Humans. Remember how we said the human population was in the billions? Well, they all needed somewhere to live. They developed and cultivated the world around them as they saw fit, not really giving a crap about the long-term consequences. Okay, there's the stuff that sounds familiar and kind of realistic, yep. Pretty soon they were draining the planet's resources faster than they could replenish them. Not to mention the many wars humanity fought against each other. Some of them were so bad they left the Earth permanently scarred. It couldn't put up with that kind of abuse forever. Something had to give. So basically humanity deserved it. I'm not surprised. Leeching off someone else without ever giving anything back. And abusing them on top of that? Sounds like my scumbag brother. She has a brother? They didn't realize the planet had a mind of its own. But they should have known better. Humanity continued to propagate, willfully ignorant of the damage they were doing. I think what's worse is that humanity knows the damage it's doing. Like, scientists have straight up told us what we're doing to the planet. But we don't fucking care. Of course, the Earth wasn't completely powerless. It showed its resistance with earthquakes, tsunamis, wildfires, volcanic eruptions, stuff like that. But no one recognized those disasters for what they were. They ignored the warning signs and just kept keeping on. Right. Just like how he ignored all the eviction notices and restraining orders and doubled down on the violence. So that's why she's fucked up. Her brother was a weirdo.
Damn.
You're making it really hard for us to ignore you. Finally, Earth reaches breaking point and shut himself up in his room to wallow in self-loathing and play gory anime games all day. You can tell us your twisted family history later. Just shut up for a minute. As I was saying, Earth turned to its last resort, to kill itself and take out mankind with it. Admirable. I respect it. You gotta admit it, World Death is a pretty fitting name. So the planet dying, the planet choosing to kill itself, was humanity's fault? Not a pleasant thought, is it? The Earth must have really hated us by then. It's hard to imagine the kind of overwhelming despair that makes something do that. Was Junko involved? Seems like something she would do. Once world death began, there was no stopping it. The environment became barren, hostile. Billions of lives were lost. The only reason humanity didn't go extinct is because a handful of communities were able to escape to the shelters. Like the Tokyo residential complex. Have you ever wondered where the name comes from? Most of the people in the complex are descended from residents of Tokyo, a metropole that has once stood on the surface of hundreds of years ago. Of course, it's been so long that nobody remembers what kind of place it was, or why it was called that. Whole generations have lived their whole lives without any awareness of the world outside of the complex. Hi, Captain Scrumpet. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Us included, naturally. By the time we were born, humanity had already been living underground for centuries. Until we were brought here, the complex, the shelter, was our entire world. We ain't in the complex anymore, so you're saying this is what the surface looks like now?
Yes. This is what Earth became.
Oh, we're on the
after
fucking
it was ravaged
surface?
by world death.
That kind of makes sense. So that's what the undying fire is. It's like the Earth's surface or some shit?
You can see now why they had to go underground.
And how are we alive breathing?
For real? If it's that bad, should we even be here? Shouldn't we get back to the complex? And the complex isn't necessarily any safer. Not anymore. What do you mean? The TRC days are numbered. The whole place is gonna collapse soon. You're playing modded repo with your friends? Oh, I see. I've got modded repo in a couple of weeks with Cyano and some other friends. What? Why? How? World death is still going on, and it won't end until all life on Earth is extinguished. How do you fucking stop world death? It's only a matter of time until our little pocket of humanity runs out of resources and finally gives up the ghost.
I would just kill myself if I was a human.
No way! There's just one thing that can save humanity from the effects of world death and give everyone a brighter future. What if you kill the Earth or some shit to make it let us live there here again? Make it kill its will? I don't know. And that's whatever is in the defense room of this academy. Or as Nico said, it can save us from world death? But what is it? What is the school here to protect? Perchance it's a set of mystical artifacts that grant a single wish when brought together. Now that's some video game shit. Or maybe it's just one, and we'll have to set out on a journey across the universe to collect the others. A grand tour, if you will. Alright, Dragon Ball ZGT. What? You think you can just ask the Eternal Dragon to bring everyone back? Get with the program, Grandma. It's all about permadeath these days. Oh my god, I called out the Dragon Ball reference before it even happened. Look at that. Once you're gone, you're gone. And hey, morbid stories where everyone dies are even more out of date. In trying times, people need something more uplifting. We do. Actually, I would argue, I feel like most things these days are super negative. Can you two have this discussion somewhere else?
I agree.
Unfortunately, Nico didn't have clearance to actually tell us what's in the defense room. Yeah, the news. I think the news is negative. I think a lot of media is negative. I think everything's so negative. Everything. We need some more Animal Crossings out in the world. Said it had to remain secret so the enemy couldn't get wind of it. Probably because some of us have been converted into evil. But there was one thing he was very clear on. Whatever this thing is, it's humanity's last hope. Well, that sounds ominous. And we're fairly certain that something is gonna happen on our 100th day here. Something's going to activate or awaken or something. At any rate, that will deliver humanity from world deaths. We'll be able to live and thrive on the surface again. All we have to do is make it to day 100. Nozomi said it's our last hope, but last chance might be more appropriate. If we mess it up, mankind is done for. Our last chance.
Huh?
And the invaders are trying to stop this world-saving event from happening? Yeah, the invaders are another thing we didn't get that many details on. But judging what we have been told, we've come to a conclusion of our own. The invaders are world death itself. Like something summoned by a curse? The Earth must have given birth to them to further advance world death and the eradication of all life on the planet. How did they get underground? We've seen the way they fight. It's not much of a stretch, is it? And it'll explain why they're so fixated on destroying the school. So, they're not actually an invading force so much as manifestations of the planet's will? Then the Earth itself is the final boss here. How are we supposed to deal with that? Things have gotten really heavy. Sorry. I started getting nervous again. Now do you see why it's so important that we protect whatever's in the defense room and from the invaders? We haven't been exaggerating. Humanity's future really does depend on us. The hopes and dreams of all mankind rest on our shoulders. We can't let them down. If we lose here, it's all over. So that's how it goes. There you have it, a comprehensive summary of the situation. This is why we must strive for nothing less than total victory. Why are you looking so pleased with yourself? You didn't contribute to that comprehensive summary at all, you glory-hogging chowderhead. Let it die, let it die, let it shrivel up and die, bro. You're quoting that one movie. Fucking, The Lorax. I know what you're talking about. Forgive me. That was never my intent. If you want forgiveness, strip down bare and down and bear your contrition for all to see. But leave those ridiculous sneakers on. You'll look even more exposed that way. What the fuck is her problem? What is she into? She's into that kind of thing. I can tell you that much right now. Why is this sudden fixation on me getting naked, Lady Karada? If everything you told us is true, I love how he just ignores it. Then yes, we do understand now. We finally know what this war is all about and how important it is. Better late than never, I guess. It explains the difference in the two groups' attitudes as well. It's no wonder Nozomi and the others have such a strong sense of duty. Us, on the other hand, C-Ray was killed before we could hear about any of this. We've just been fighting for our own reasons in our own disorganized way. Damn. I wish we'd know this sooner. I'm more fired up than ever now. Fighting to save people, that's one thing. But saving all of humanity, that's a whole nother level. If we pull this off, we'll be heroes. We'll probably get a reward and everything. I mean, if we save all of mankind from destruction, no one's gonna begrudge us a couple million yen here or there. I knew whatever was going on here was serious, but I never thought it would be this bad. I might have been better off not knowing. I feel that. Hi, Rika. How are you? I still think the people in charge are crazy for sitting an unremarkable nematode like me. But since I'm here, I guess I should give it my all too. What happened to the blue fire spirit? What are you talking about, buddy? Can you hear that tongue noise I'm making? I found a way to like turn up the sensitivity on my mic. It's funny. Sounds like a dog eating. Anyway, don't worry. So long as we work together, we can overcome something. We can overcome anything, even world death. Everyone's sounding a lot more motivated now. We're still missing a lot of details, but it's enough for us to start presenting a more unified front. Bro, I forgot about that. Captain Scrumpet, I don't know, but we just learned what the deal is and what we're fighting for. So world death is a concept that was just explained to us. Basically, the Earth decided to kill itself. All right, so the TRC, the Tokyo Residential Complex, the place where all these characters come from, is a place that's underground. That's why they don't know about like fucking different weathers like rain and shit, because humanity's been basically living underground for centuries at this point. And it's not hard to see why the world wanted to kill itself if you even look at like IRL type shit with like climate change and all that bullshit, with you know, humans just taking and taking and taking and taking to like bend its will to whatever we want. You know what I'm saying? We don't give anything back. So basically the world was tired of being used and taken from with the resources and all that stuff without a care, and the world was like, I'm killing myself. And by killing itself, that meant killing humanity. Humanity, they found a way for some of humanity to survive by going underground, and that's where we come from. But apparently the world death isn't over. The world is still trying to wipe everything out and kill everything. So that's why we're dealing with the invaders. Apparently something that's with the ability to save humanity is inside of the school somewhere, and so that's partially why we have to defend it. Now, one thing I know, like, this information was supposedly like classified. I feel like it doesn't make sense not to tell us. I feel like it would have made more sense to tell us this from the jump. I think a lot more people would have been okay with fighting if they had known. But that's neither here nor there. We know now. This doesn't feel like some random war we are forced into anymore. It's so much more than that. Okay, so some of us are taking it better than others. It is a lot to take in, after all. Sorry to have been a fly in your ointment, but I still have some reservations. Now more than ever, I have to wonder, if this mission is so important, why entrust it to a bunch of random teenagers? He brings up an amazing point. I'm sorry, I can't answer that. Nico didn't seem to know anything about the selection process. Maybe there's a clue in the dream Shoma's been having. The ones about us being experimented on in that place? Kakumura General Hospital, was it? Interesting idea. Too bad it's not really enough to go on. I'm sorry. My peanut kernel of a brain can only handle so much. What you think, Ima? Kako? Does all this make you want to fight like the rest of us? Us? Fight? Yeah. Humanity's future is on the line, you know. Mr. Yakuseiji, I think you need to get your hearing checked. I've already made my position quite clear. I don't care about humanity. I don't care what happens to the complex, or to the planet for that matter. We've no real reason to get involved, so we'll just leave the fighting to you. Isn't that right, sister dearest? Please say something. But if it's to defend all of mankind, then... See? My dear sister agrees. Didn't sound like an agreement to me. Let the girl talk for herself, man! If that's all, we'll be leaving now. I haven't had breakfast yet, and I'm positively famished. Good luck with that whole saving the world thing, everyone. I'm so tired of them, bro. Nonchalant and ever, Ima turned and left, dragging Kako along behind him. Okay, something's seriously wrong with the Wonder Twins over there. How can they remain so detached from everything? They're like two self-obsessed peas in a pod. Still cute, though. Do young people today have no notion of social responsibility? But fear not. The Holy Jumanji Sword and I will beat some sense into them. Don't even bother. Let me turn my audio down. These headphones are really hurting my ears. Leave them, Kyoshika. Trying to force them will only push them further away. That's just the way they are. There's not a lot we can do about it. You okay, Haito? I'll be fine. The long discussion is starting to take its toll on me. That's all. Yeah, I've been talking for a while now. Maybe we should end the meeting here and give everyone some time to process everything. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. She'll probably short circuit if she has to listen to anything more. Everyone else seemed to agree with the sentiment, so we decided to go back to our rooms for the time being. What a way to start the day. I have a feeling this will do wonders for the morale, though. Protecting the school means putting a stop to world death. If that means bringing hope to a dying world, we may not know why we were chosen for this, but that doesn't change what we need to do. I'll keep fighting for the good of humanity, for everyone back in the complex, and for Kurara. Now that that's settled, what should I do with the rest of the day? I don't really feel like sitting around doing nothing right now. Let's try going to the library to read some books. Going to the library to read some books. Going to the library, you dirty crooks. Going to the library to read some books. Reading in the library. Reading in the library. Reading in the library to read some books. You're a dirty crook. Every day, I go to the library just to say, hey. The leaves are loud. Sounds loud. The boys' bathroom. I feel like this is Nintendo. Okay, so this is the upgrading the class weapon. Okay, allows use of intercept in battle. Intercept, attack all enemies in range at the start of turn. I kind of like this ability. Is this passive? Oh, I see. Allows the use of counter in battle. Launch a counter attack when hit by an enemy. It's not too bad either. I'm gonna go ahead and get my science up. There's the library. What does he want to do? What is that? Okay, that's for math, but I want to do science, so I'm going to focus on technology. There we go. The one that burned up, bro. Did you just say the same thing twice? Huh? Maybe I'll reread this book. I might make a new discovery. Rereading this book. Oh, increase your technology by 2. I think I did something wrong. Oh. Well, this guy can do some science. I'll hang out with this guy.
Huh?
Oh, I see. Yugamo, why are you laughing to yourself? I just remembered something while I was compounding the drugs. I was young and doing my best to synthesize a poison that was even remotely accurate. Day in and day out, I'd run my experiments. I tried every kind of medicine I could get my hands on. My efforts paid off, and when I successfully poisoned my first target, I was so happy I cried. Looking back on it now, maybe those days were the height of my youth. It looks like he's lost in some seriously messed up memories. I should probably stay away. After spending some time together, you understand Yugamo better now. Bing bong.
At ease, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay. You never know when the invaders might attack, so rest up while you still can. Well then, good night.
The day's already over. And just like that, the announcement says, so we've got, we've got no idea when the next attack may be. But when it does come, I'll be ready. I'll fight with all my might to protect this school. Guess I'll call it a night. Getting enough rest is part of the being prepared too. Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe. I lay in bed, closed my eyes, and within a few minutes, I found myself drifting into a deep sleep.
Hey, Karawa?
Yeah? What is it?
Could you help me out with this question? You know I suck at math.
If I just give you the answer, you'll never learn.
No fair.
Why don't you just show him how to do it?
It's your own fault for leaving all your homework until the last day of summer.
What are you even doing here then? Can't you go read at home?
Your mom asked me to keep an eye on you and make sure you weren't goofing off.
So, I'm basically a prisoner in my own room.
Yep.
Yup. Now, do a good job and earn that parole.
What's that book you're reading anyway? Looks...
It's about the world outside the complex.
So this knowledge wasn't even a secret. Humans are just fucking ignorant, I see. Classic them.
That again...
Well, it's interesting. Don't you ever wonder what it's like out there? What it was like in the olden days? Reading these old books, I feel like I can imagine it. It gives me a connection to those people who lived under the open sky all those hundreds of years ago. At least, when I can find them, it does. Most libraries don't even stock them anymore.
Why not? I feel like this is so relevant. You know what? Never mind. Humanity can never surprise me. I was gonna say, it seems so weird that humanity would just straight up forget about where it came from and not talk about it like it's not big a deal. But, you know.
I must have read this book a million times already.
Most people aren't interested in that stuff. The outside world's a scary place.
No, I think there's more to it than that. The people in charge are probably covering it up. They don't want
shit,
us to
it's
learn
even
too much
deeper
about the
than that.
outside world in case it makes us want to leave.
You're a conspiracy theorist now? Give it a rest.
Seriously though, I'd love to see it for myself someday, even if just for a little while.
Why would
I
they
want
us
to
to
see the
forget about
sky
it?
and the stars and the moon with my own eyes. This book says they're so pretty, people held parties just to look at them.
Moon? What's that?
A big chunk of rock
that
that
they don't
floats
know?
around the Earth. It's close enough that it looks like it's right above your head.
Wow.
And it's got a pale glow that lights up the night.
I
right
like,
above
already
your
feel like
head?
I took all this stuff
What
for,
if it falls on us?
for granted. Imagine the moon wasn't there anymore.
Nah, that'll never happen. Besides, don't you have other things to worry about? If you don't finish on time, your mom will take away your video games, you know?
Oh, I almost forgot about that. Why does math have to be so hard?
troops, time to rise and shine! Get ready for your 47th day of active service here at Last Defense Academy. Prepare to spend another day enduring the unendurable and suffering the insufferable to pave the way for humanity's future greatness. Be ready to give your lives to protect our beloved school from the vile and barbaric enemy.
How ironic. I never felt any kind of interest in the outside world. I wonder how many people in the complex ever thought about leaving.
Would they even want to live on the surface again? Probably not. Humans are crazy like that. We don't like change in a way. I can't speak for everyone else, but Kadoa would love it. That's for sure. If we can make it through these 100 days, I can make that happen, right? What would life be like for us then? I can't even imagine it. No use worrying about it now. I have to actually make it through this war first. As for today, I'll start by going to the cafeteria. I'm pretty hungry. Hey, yo, Takumi. I was thinking, since we're friends now and all, you like to wait. How would you like to throw away your humanity and get in on my experiments? It only hurt for a second. Hey! I told you, I'm perfectly happy the way I am. I'm still not used to this layout after all this time. Good morning, Takumi. On your way to the cafeteria? Yeah. And hey, thanks for telling us all that stuff yesterday. I'm sorry it took us so long. I just wish we knew more about world death. Nico never went into much detail with us. We do know it caused a lot of natural disasters, but could the undying flames be a side effect of it too? I think so. Maybe they're effective at keeping the invaders out because they've come from the same source. But that's just speculation on my part. It would make a kind of sense if it was, though. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'll see you later. The cafeteria was more than I'd seen in a while. Main campus and second campus, fighters and non-fighters. They were all here. There was only 2 non-fighters. It's kind of weird to say. Sure is busy today. It is kind of nice to see everyone together like this, though. Almost like we're a real class. No offense, but if I had to go to school with these weirdos, I'd never make it to graduation. Don't worry, Gaku. You're less of a classmate and more like a slave who happened to come through the wrong door. What kind of school would keep slaves on its grounds? I think we'd make a great class. All these strong personalities make it more interesting. What did you say so, Takumi?
Yeah, maybe. Just when I feel like I'm starting to get used to Nozomi, I dream about Karuha, and now I'm uncomfortable all over again. We learned a lot about world death yesterday, but I'm still not any closer to finding out the connection between those two. Well, I thought you guys had morning training around this time. You taking a break around the day? Yes, we can always train a little later, and it's worth it to get to talk to everyone. I, for one, welcome the change. Just spending a little time as a group in the morning is sure to bring us all closer together. That stinks. What? Oh, no. Not whatever vapid inspirational statement you were about to make, Mr. Atsuki. I mean, there's an actual weird smell in the air. It's like rotting fruit and armpit sweat. Hey, that's my curry you're talking about. You're gonna ruin everyone's first impression of it. Wait, you made more curry? Well, you looked so pathetic when you said how much you wanted to eat it again. I couldn't help myself. Huh? Wait here. I'll go get it. Karuha skipped away and returned with a plate of curry, which she set down in front of Gaku. Prepare your taste buds for the ride of their life. Courtesy of the Osuzuki family recipe, I expect you to eat it all. Even the plate. I could honestly see that being some kind of weird ship between the two. Like, it's the, rich girl, really poor guy, really poor boy. Like, poor orphanage kid who's take care of all of his siblings that poor. So much poor he can't afford new clothes, so he has patches in all his clothing. And you got the super rich girl, but like Bulma. Only difference is Gaku is nothing like Vegeta. I'm not eating the plate. Besides, curry is kinda heavy for breakfast. Oh, you unrefined little boil rat. What is it like to live so totally unaware of the world around you? I've adjusted the flavor to make it suitable for a morning meal. Now hold on to your ass, because it's going to send you into orbit. Okay. Come on. I bet it's not that great. Despite his protest, Gaku scooped up a spoonful of curry and brought it self-consciously into his mouth.
This is amazing!
The taste seems mild at first, but then you realize it doesn't need to flaunt its spiciness. It just lets itself spread throughout your mouth, subtly, demurely. But then the aftertaste hits and it's like fireworks display of flavor, sweet and savory bursting in one after another, perfectly balanced so neither overpowers the other. The more you eat, the stronger the spiciness gets, until your tongue is tingling with delight. The contrast it creates with the simple wholesomeness of the rice is sublime. And don't even get me started on the texture. The sauce is so creamy, the meat is so tender, I can't stop eating. My body's desperate for more. Slow down. I can't keep up with all this information. This dish is the ultimate evolution of culinary achievement. Bow down to its superior pedigree. Yes, ma'am. It's really all that. Hey, man, let me try some. Just one bite. Me too. How much curry do you guys think is a lethal dose? Back off! This is mine! Thieves! All of you! You won't take my precious from me. No one can resist the allure of the Osuzuki curry. Very well. You may all partake in my family's gifts to the curry lovers of the world from an ordered line. There! Is it going to be like this every morning from now on? Let them have their fun. A little camaraderie might help improve their teamwork. Yeah, I guess you're right. Do you mind if I ask you something? What is it? When you were a kid, did you want to see the world outside of the complex? Did you ever think about that kind of thing? Yes. Actually, I thought about it quite a lot. I thought it'd be great to see with my own eyes, even if only for a little while. Granted, now that I'm here, it's not exactly what I was expecting.
Ah,
Huh? The lively mood lasted all throughout breakfast. Eventually, the group dispersed and I headed back to my room. Anytime I talk to Nozomi, it just raises more questions about her and Karuha. Sometimes it feels like their personalities are completely different. But then Nozomi will come out with something I've heard Karuha say before, practically word for word. Are they really parallel versions of each other? I seriously can't think of anything else that would explain it. Ugh. No use racking my brain about this. I'll try to talk to her more later. In the meantime, what should I do today?